Good afternoon. Back by popular demand. Well, today I'm going to do jalapeno poppers. My good friend Ben Scott just loves these things. Of course, he calls them boat, and we'll do that a little bit. A jalapeno is a wonderful little southwestern pepper. Got a little bit of heat to it, and it just is so versatile. Let's talk about the ingredients a little bit that we'll need for this. Of course, you need some jalapenos. Depending on what you're going to do, these are going to be poppers. You don't want them too big, because the item that holds them in while you're cooking them is, if they're too big, they'll fall right out. Shredded cheese. I use a sharp Vermont shredded cheese, which I mix with some very versatile cream cheese. You can buy that anywhere, softened. Need a little Jimmy Dean sausage, and we'll talk about that later. Of course, some bacon. And as the spices, we've got a little salt and pepper. I love this spice. My friend Steve turned me on to this. It's made by a company called Penzeys, called Arizona Dreaming, and it's a combination of multi-smoked dried peppers. Great stuff. A little garlic powder, a little onion powder, and that's about it. All right, the next step I like to follow is cooking up the Jimmy Dean sausage. And for a pack of cream cheese like we got there, that's all you need, just a little bit of it. And what you're going to do is render it and crumble it up as small as you can, because this has got to go into the cheese mixture and into the poppers later on. All right, as you can see, the Jimmy Dean sausage is just about rendered. See, as I'm making little pieces, those will work out real good later when you inject the jalapeno. Right. Jimmy Dean stuff is rendered. Now we're coming back to the cream cheese. You know, if I do much more than a package, I just get both of my hands in there, and it's much better. It kind of squishes in between. So here's what you got to do here. Don't tell anybody the secret, but as you're going along and putting these little spices and stuff in there, you got to taste test, you know, because it gets good, gets better, and it gets great. Arizona Dreaming. A little garlic powder. Never have enough garlic powder. There you go. Now, keep in mind that after you're all said and done with this thing, this makes a great dip with chips and everything else, so don't throw it away once you've filled your poppers. We've done more than 90 of these at one time for our good Marines returning from Iraq and Afghanistan. We've had little kids learning how to do this. Had one little boy in particular whose dad is a command master chief, just came over here and with his friend showed him how to do this. Very popular. All right, I've taste tested it. Pretty darn good. I'm going to add the sausage to it, mix it all in. Now, old trick I learned from my friend down in Texas, Mr. Ben Scott, or actually his daughter showed me that trick. If that cream cheese is not soft enough, why, all you got to do is put it in the microwave for a second, and bingo, it's easy. You don't have to fight it. Well, now, the mixture's made. Now we've got to deal with these jalapeno. We've got to figure out how to fill them. I'm going to show you how to do that. Word of warning. And again, this is the only warning I usually give. When you're doing this, when you're coring the jalapenos, one thing that you have to remember, never, ever, ever touch your eyes or your nether regions, or you'll be sorry you did. So for you who haven't, and there it is, it's cleaned out, little core, apple core works. Just cut the button right off. And by the way, you know, my Scottish buddy Steve, he doesn't throw any of these little buttons away. He puts them in soup and cooks them. I've tried it, it's delicious. I gotta say, there's a bit of a challenge filling these little peppers with this wonderful mixture, but I do it this way. You folks can do it with a little spoon, or you can use one of those fancy things that you get at store that is electrical and stuff. This is a pastry pouch that you would use to decorate cakes. Well acquainted of them. I grew up in a bakery, so see what it looks like. Very inexpensive to buy. It's cheaper than the gadgets that you can buy Williams, Sonoma, or all of those places. This is the way and the cheap way to go. Very simple. Bam, as Emerald would say. Of course, I can't say that, I guess. Filled, just like that. If you go a little over, that's fine. It won't hurt a thing. You got a whole bunch of them to do. This is the only way to go, folks. All right, now the final treatment is the bacon treatment. Just regular bacon. Cut them just so when you cover up the popper, fits right over the popper like that, and you pop a toothpick right through it, and it's nearly ready to go in. Yeah, well, poppers are on the grill. The dome. Love this thing. I'm going to get it about 350 degrees, but you can use an oven. You can use your barbecue. Usually 350 degrees for 25 minutes makes them perfect. For the sissies out there, and you know who you are, we cook them longer, up to 45 minutes, and then it makes them real nice and mild, and you can feel real manly about it and then just chomp right into that hot pepper. See when they're done. All right, it's been 30 minutes. These things are ready. They're begging to be eaten. Look at that. We're going to take them inside. We're going to let them cool off a little bit and just enjoy. Whoop, that one's trying to get away. It's trying to run away from me. Oop. There we go. Get this guy back in there. All right.
Too close?
Well, there they are. They're finished, ready to eat. We want to dedicate these to... My wife is laughing because she's fixing to sneeze, so here we go. Anyway, we dedicate these to every Marine, every Army Ranger, every sailor out there. Thank you for keeping our freedom. God bless you all.
God bless America.
Amen. I'm not on camera right now, am I? I don't think so.
Do it, darling. Oh, let the juices run.
Oh. The smoky bacon, the smell of mesquite. Wow. Fabulous, folks. Enjoy.